Hi, Emily. Long time no see. How have you been?
Hi, John. I've been good. Thank you. How about you?
I've been great. So nice to see you again. What have you been up to these days?
Oh, the usual. Work has been busy, but I'm managing. How about you? What's new with you?
I've been traveling a lot for work. Just got back from a trip to Japan.
Wow, Japan. That sounds amazing. How was it?
It was incredible. The culture, the food, everything was just so different and interesting.
I can imagine. I've always wanted to visit Japan. What did you like the most?
The temples and the cherry blossoms were breathtaking, and the sushi was out of this world.
That sounds lovely. I've been trying to learn some Japanese lately. Maybe it'll come in handy someday.
That's a great idea. How's the learning going?
It's slow but steady. I'm using an app to learn new words and phrases. It's fun.
That's awesome. I think learning a new language is such a rewarding experience.
Absolutely. By the way, have you met up with any of our old friends recently?
I did. I met Mark last week. He's doing well, busy with his new job.
Oh, that's great to hear. We should plan a reunion sometime.
Definitely. It would be fun to catch up with everyone. So, any new hobbies or interests?
I've started painting again. It's a great way to relax after a long day at work.
That sounds wonderful. I've always admired your paintings. You have such a talent for it.
Thanks, John. What about you? Any new hobbies?
I've taken up cooking. I find it really enjoyable and therapeutic.
Cooking. That's fantastic. What's your favorite dish to make?
I love making pasta from scratch. It's a bit of a challenge, but the end result is worth it.
I bet it is. Maybe you can cook for me sometime.
I'd love to. We should plan a dinner soon. So, what's your typical day like these days?
Well, I usually start my day with a cup of coffee and some light reading. Then I head to work. My evenings are mostly spent painting or watching TV. How about you?
My day usually starts with a run. It helps me stay energized. Then it's off to work. Evenings are for cooking and sometimes catching up on a good book.
Running sounds like a great way to start the day. Do you run every day?
I try to. It doesn't always happen, but I aim for at least 4 times a week.
That's impressive. I should probably start exercising more regularly.
It really helps. You should join me for a run sometime.
I might just take you up on that offer. Speaking of books, have you read anything interesting lately?
Yes, I just finished reading The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. It's a really inspiring book.
I've heard a lot about that book. What's it about?
It's about a shepherd named Santiago who goes on a journey to find a hidden treasure. Along the way, he learns a lot about life and following his dreams.
That sounds like a beautiful story. I'll add it to my reading list.
You should. It's a quick read but very impactful. What about you? Any good books?
I recently read To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. It's a classic and it's so powerful.
That's one of my favorites. The themes it tackles are still so relevant today.
Absolutely. It really makes you think about justice and morality.
Have you watched any good movies lately?
I watched Inception again last weekend. It's such a mind-bending film.
Inception is amazing. The concept and the visuals are just extraordinary.
Totally. I love movies that make you think and question reality.
Me too. Any other recommendations?
If you haven't seen it yet, you should watch The Grand Budapest Hotel. It's quirky and beautifully shot.
I've heard good things about that one. I'll definitely check it out.
So, any more travel plans in the near future?
I'm thinking about visiting Italy next. I've always wanted to see Rome and Venice.
Italy is on my bucket list too. The history, the architecture, and of course, the food.
Exactly. There's so much to see and experience. What about you? Any travel plans?
I'm planning a trip to Australia next year. I want to explore the Great Barrier Reef and visit Sydney.
Australia sounds amazing. The natural beauty there is just stunning.
I know, right? I'm really looking forward to it.
Do you have any specific places you want to visit in Australia?
Besides the Great Barrier Reef and Sydney, I'd love to see the outback and visit some of the national parks.
That sounds like a perfect trip. I hope you have an amazing time.
Thanks, John. I'm sure it will be an unforgettable experience.
It's crazy how time flies. Feels like just yesterday we were in school together.
I know. Those were the good old days. Do you miss school?
Sometimes. Life was simpler then. No worries about work or responsibilities.
Exactly. But we've come a long way since then, haven't we?
We have, and it's nice to look back and see how much we've grown.
Definitely. What do you see yourself doing in the next 5 years?
Hopefully traveling more and maybe starting my own business. I've always wanted to be my own boss.
That sounds exciting. What kind of business are you thinking about?
I'm thinking of something in the food industry, maybe a small cafe or a food truck.
That's a great idea. With your love for cooking, it would be perfect.
Thanks, Emily. What about you? Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I'd like to continue with my art and maybe hold an exhibition someday. And of course, travel as much as I can.
That sounds wonderful. I'm sure you'll achieve all your dreams.
Thanks, John. Same to you.
So, are you seeing anyone these days?
No, not at the moment. I'm just focusing on myself and my career. What about you?
I'm single too. It's been nice having some time to myself and figuring out what I want in life.
I totally get that. Sometimes, being single is the best way to grow and understand yourself better.
Exactly. And we have our friends to keep us company, right?
Absolutely. Speaking of which, we really should plan that reunion soon.
Let's do it. I'll start a group chat and we can figure out a date that works for everyone.
Perfect. It'll be so much fun to catch up with everyone.
It's been so great catching up with you, Emily.
You too, John. We should do this more often.
Definitely. Let's not wait so long before our next meetup.
Agreed. Take care and see you soon.
Take care, Emily. Bye for now.
Bye, John.